you, Taurus. It is Friday the 4th of March 22, and this is your, I want to say general reading, but I feel like I'm going to lean more to love. This reading, let's just say it's good for the next 2 weeks because I'm not going to be around next week, late next week. It's that time of the month for me afterwards, so I don't tend to read as it makes me a little bit more, you know, not the reading, just normal stuff. So anyway, you don't want to hear me rambling on about that. So yeah, I'm just prepping your energy into the cards. The cards I'll be using to read for you, Light Seers, that's the earth deck that I've picked for this week. So if you're an earth sign, that's the deck I'll be reading from for you. And the clarifying cards, it's funny I chose them for the air signs, but it's Star Spinner. Okay, I'll also be giving you a little bit of oracle love from this the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck. Okay, so yeah, and then the, excuse me, I'm sorry, my goodness, wow, my cards are all on, I'm sorry about that, Taurus. I've got a box here. You know those boxes you'd be using if you did cosmetology and like you were doing nails and stuff? So my cards popped up on there because my brother was leaning up against my footstool. Anyway, the deck that fell off was this one, Radiant Wise Spirit. And this is the card at the bottom of the deck. And it's funny because when I was shuffling for you in the Light Seers, I saw a hint of 8 of Wands energy as well, and they said 6 months, so there's some kind of communication that's coming up within the next 6 months for you, Taurus. So take that as it resonates, my babies. Now, anyone who doesn't know, I am a Gemini, but I'm on the cusp of Taurus. My birthday is in May, and my Mars energy is also occupied by Taurus, or represented by Taurus. So I have a special connection to you. My mother and I, rest her soul, her birthday was 10 days before mine. She's a full Taurus. So yeah, I have a special relationship with the Taurus collective. That just jumped out at me. But what card, the card that did jump out, sorry, was the Magician as I was shuffling this deck. Now, the crystals and or healing stones that I was drawn to were Dalmatian Jasper, which is quite funny because it's a Gemini stone, that's why I have it. Thulite is for Taurus, this is selenite. Peachy one, and we've got Botswana agate, I really don't know how to pronounce that, and then some good old citrine. And obviously I've got my big stick of selenite here. So those are the stones I was drawn to for you, Taurus. And let me just go and prop them. I'm going to put the citrine over there. Sorry, I'm messing around with my camera setup because I'm now recording on my brand new, okay, these just slipped out for you, Taurus. Are you dealing with a Pisces or a Scorpio here? Tower energy and defensive energy, that's 7 of Wands. Yeah, I'm recording on my iPhone 11, so I'm still like, wow, you really are dealing with Scorpio. Okay, Judgment, Knight of Pentacles, and a lot of inspiration. So there's something that's coming to an end and something else that's transforming and something else entirely that inspires you, makes you jump out of bed and say, this is my passion play. Good on you, Taurus. I like that energy. So yeah, I was trying to tell you about this iPhone 11 that I've got. I'm recording from there now. I've divorced, or I'm in the process of divorcing myself from Android. I can't deal with that operating system anymore, and Google are just a little bit too intrusive. Like, all of these companies are intrusive, but Google's kind of taking the biscuit at the moment. Okay, so I'm sorry. Maybe I should have done all this stuff off camera, but it's really funny. I'm not sure if this is the case for other cartomancers or tarotists or anyone who deals with cards, but there's a lot of times when the cards jump around because they obviously have their own personal energy. We can't, well, we're not supposed to manipulate that energy, and certainly we're not supposed to control it. So a lot of things, sorry, will come about off camera, and I feel like, oh no, I want you guys to see what the heck happens, because some of it is just quite freaky. Oh look, we have the wheel. See, things are coming up for you, Taurus. Anyway, yeah, so this is a general reading, but I feel it could be more loving because I'm trying to do love readings this weekend, but I haven't read for you in such a long time, Taurus. I thought I'd do a general reading for you first. So we'll take it how we take it. We'll take it how it comes even. And also, there's no structure to my reading. I don't have like a set way that I'm going to spread the cards out and any of that bullshit. However, these cards, when I come out, they're going to come out, and then I will interpret them as such, okay? If you want someone who's very structured and measured in how they do their readings, baby, this isn't the place for you. Okay, I don't really like shuffling under the camera. It's so awkward and uncomfortable for my hands, but I'm just showing how I'm shuffling, okay? Let's see what we have for, oh, Taurus, okay? So, if there was a situation, this is your situation, and that's the 9 of Wands there. I hope you can see that. Sorry about my gnarled, haggard-looking hands. Psoriasis is a mofo, yo. And for some reason, whenever I moisturize my hands and then I touch my cards, well, it's kind of obvious, it's not for some reason. It leaves like a coating, and then that coating, oh god, it's like it starts to grow. So if I come in here with dry, busted hands, forgive me, I have psoriasis, and I'm not trying to gunk up my cards with moisturizer. That one came face down. What else do you have for Taurus, please? So you're feeling a little bit, so they say that's the wounded warrior, right? Okay, see, I see it as defensive. It's like you've tried to establish your boundaries. That's the next one. It also came upside down. You've tried to establish your boundaries, and people aren't respecting your boundaries, Taurus. So now you're pissed off, and it's like, look, I don't have the time. You know, it's that kind of like, what do you mean I'm defensive? Well, of course I'm defensive. What the heck do you think? You know, if I told you I don't like something, you're still doing what I don't like. Like, come on now. That one flew out and stayed up. Face down. Okay, so yeah, time frame. So we're the 4th right now. We're gonna do this from the 4th until the 18th. Very random. Look at that. I told you this came up again. There's someone who wants to talk to you. I don't know who it is. Okay, can I get 4 more cards, please? Make them as relevant, thank you, to this as you can. The only card that's come up face up so far is that 9 of Wands, really telling me that there's something that you feel particularly defensive about, protective. Oh, they're saying protective over. There's something that you feel protective over. Okay, so now this one, and as I said that this came up now. As I said that you feel protective, this came up. So I'm guessing it's something to do with your finances. You are holding on to what's yours is what they said. Okay, thank you so much. 2 more cards, please. Thank you. Yeah, see, because maybe whatever the situation is that you've been dealing with, you felt left out. You feel like there's no trust, and I know what Taurus is like. When you break that trust with them, they don't forget. I'm definitely not forgetting that. But there's no need to worry, because we have that beautiful Ace of Cups energy at the end here. Let's see the overall energy at the bottom of the deck for you. The 2 of Swords. So this is all about, to me, it's not about indecision. It's that sort of inner conflict, because you want more information than you are privy to at this time, and that frustrates you, because whether you like it or not, Taurus, you're not a go with the flow kind of sign. You're very controlling. Not in a bad way, but you are very controlling. You like to control the minute little details, and you want to know what's happening, when it's happening, and why it's happening, and how long it's all going to take. And sometimes that's not how things are supposed to go, especially in life. They just don't happen like that. All right, let's go over what's next. That 10 of Wands, we saw that before. So we're going from the 9 to the 10. So something's definitely coming at an end, but you're having to hold your position at the moment. Let's see what's next. Oh, that Fool energy. Remember when I was shuffling the star spinner, that popped out as well. There's something where you're being encouraged to take that leap of faith, and you're probably going to, but then, oh, what is it with you, Taurus? You'll take the leap and then you stop. It's all about needing to control, and you can't, it's not realistic to try and live like that. And then more wands again with the 7 of Wands. There's definitely blockages in the communication right now, but they're coming through. But damn, it's kind of like every time something starts, it stops. Then it starts and it stops. This energy is frustrating, and it's not even my energy. So let's see what I can intuit from this. You're on the precipice of something great. There's a need to set up firm boundaries, shore up those boundaries, make sure that everything is secure and where it needs to be, because the next part of this journey is moving on, taking these burdens, this load, this responsibility to its final destination and leaving it there. Doing so brings you a great sense of freedom with this Fool card energy, okay? But once you get that freedom, it feels like maybe this isn't a stoppage, it's just a pause to ensure where it is that you're going next. Maybe you want to travel with that globe right there. And is that a Winnebago? Yeah. There's something about traveling. So it's like I'm leaping, but I've got my eyes open. I'm taking my experience with me, because where I go next, I want to be secure. There's a real feeling of needing to be safe and secure here, in my humble opinion, because we have this 7 of Wands energy, and it's like saying, yeah, you do have the right to defend yourself and have things your way to a certain extent, but there needs to be some flexibility, okay? With that 6 of Pentacles energy, I feel like this is you wanting to protect any financial investments. Make sure that you are giving. I always see this as giving what you want to receive, but make sure you're not being shortchanged, okay? If you notice, this orange pentacle, this orange pentacle is a little bit bigger than the red one, and then obviously the yellow, and they all go down in descending order. So make sure you're not giving more and receiving less, or someone isn't trying to, you know, I don't know, it's something about overpaying or being overcharged. Then we have this 5 of Pentacles energy. This is that real, I feel sorry for myself. There's a big old key in the same room as the lock that you seem to think is preventing you from doing what you want to do next. It's not. But again, this feels like just being certain before you move into whatever's next for you, Taurus. And then we see that we have this wonderful Ace of Cups energy, big heart chakra energy. It's a big bowl of love coming towards you, whereas obviously you've been very guarded. Something is going to happen regarding that leap that you take that allows you, and you want to open up your heart space to someone or something that you weren't really wanting to before. Yeah, and I can see why. Okay, oh yeah, shit, you really were dealing with a Scorpio. Okay, so the cards that were just underneath that Two of Swords, we've got the Knight of Cups, we've got the 3 of Swords, and then the Two of Swords. So whatever happened with this Scorpionic energy, it left you feeling hurt, wounded, devastated, disappointed, because you felt like this person was going to make you a very genuine offer, but they were probably occupying a King of Swords energy. And even though the King of Swords is a pretty straight up dude, because he's so good with the way that he uses his mind and his words, he's almost so persuasive. He could sell you water when you live in a fishing village, kind of thing, like, you know what I mean, you're right by the sea, but he can sell you more water, that kind of vibe. So there was something about what he was saying to you that just made you feel like, okay, this is it, I can be stable, I can be certain in what I'm doing. It feels like this person came along and they distracted you from your work with that 8 of Pentacles energy. I'm not going to go back any further than that. And yeah, this person was suave. They were slick, they were kind of roguish, that little bad boy rough around the edges, but very sexy and handsome and appealing to you. And they got to you, you know, they offered you this big hand of stability, and I don't know, it's like they came with king energy but then ended up in this energy. And I know they say the Knight of Wands is supposed to be the F-boy of the tarot, but there's something about this one because he's so, I don't know, I find him very like, wow, he's sexy. Yeah, it's like that wild stallion in the background there. He really hurts you. Yeah, there's some pain here. So that's why you can't see anything else that's coming up for you, because at this time, maybe you don't want to, you're still kind of licking your wounds and healing yourself. And there is nothing wrong with that, Taurus. It's better to be healed than be a broken person that goes along and breaks other people. All right, let's clarify some of this energy and see if any of what I was feeling was right. And let's go from there. I'm going to just, move the camera back to the top row. Okay, don't break on me now. All right, let's clarify that Nine of Wands, please, Spirit. Why is that Nine of Wands there? Thank you. Yep, see, there was some loving going on. And the King of Swords is a Gemini, and this is Gemini's calling card from the Major Arcana. So whether this is that energy that's still residual from that person that you were dealing with, or this is just how you're feeling regarding love at the moment. It's like, okay, I can be open to it because you clearly are, with that Ace of Cups energy closing out this reading. But at the beginning here, there's a need to kind of establish clear and healthy boundaries because you didn't have that before. One thing about you, Taurus, it's quite interesting. For all your ability to be quite controlling, and I feel like the men are way more controlling than the women, they border on into misogyny, and I don't care how you feel about that. It's just how I interpret their energy and how they come across. One thing about the Taurian woman, even though she knows her worth and she knows her value, she can be quite a secret submissive, let's just put it like that. And when men find that in her, because she gives us such a strong air to begin with, and she's quite stuck up, and it seems like, oh, this is a bit of a cold fish, but really Taurus secretly want someone to dominate them, and when they find that person who can dominate them, they allow themselves to be taken advantage of. So be careful now when it comes to the love energy. Just because you have great sexual attraction to someone and they turn you on and they tick all those little boxes, if you're having to debase yourself in order to get this love from this person, it's not love that's worth having. Okay, all right, 10 of Wands energy, please. Why is that here? Ooh, thank you. Let's see what we have. Yeah, okay, so that's it. 5 of Pentacles. It's that same energy that's down here. So maybe the person that you're dealing with, you and they are mirroring one another. Interesting. Let's get that full energy, please. Oh, wow, that just flipped right out and went upside down. Okay, so this is encouraging. Whatever comes next, there won't be any deception. You'll see everything as it needs to be seen. It will be clear to you, which is something that should give you a bit of reassurance, Taurus, because you were clearly dealing with someone in the past who didn't shoot straight. Okay, 2 of Wands energy, please. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. This is my fault. I should take these out of the deck, but I kind of, especially in my own reading, sometimes I have got multiple suitors. So I'm so sorry. The Lovers is coming up again here. So hopefully you're not dealing with another Gemini, or if you are, you're dealing with the good side of the twins. But there's a decision here with that 2 of Wands energy where you are going to be making that decision to choose. And there's something about this love. It seems a lot less flared up and passionate than this one here. You know, this might have just been a passing affection and it didn't really go anywhere, but this one seems to have more depth because of that blue. It feels like this one holds more emotion, and it's a love that you're willing to give and receive freely. But you're going to have to make that decision to really clearly communicate what you want. Remember that Gemini are the master rulers of communication. So you have to shoot straight with them and let them know what your expectations are. Because one thing about Gemini is if you tell them what you want and it doesn't suit what they want, they'll kind of just be like, look, I'm sorry, I can't give you that. And then it's up to you to then decide, well, okay, then this is what I want and you can't give it to me, I'm leaving. And then there doesn't have to be any sort of acrimony between the two of you, or animosity. It can just be like, okay, well, I respect the fact that you were honest with me. All right, Okay, let's go down to our second row here. I'm so sorry, it's a really gloomy day here in the UK. I'm not sorry because obviously I can't control the weather, but I'm just sorry that it's kind of gloomy and messing up the main visual quality of the reading, my darlings. All right, 7 of Wands energy, please. Let's see why you're here. What is this defensive and needing to protect what's mine kind of? Okay, it came out, you see, it came out that way, so I'm just going to leave it that way. Felt like that one was in reverse. All right, and let's get the 6 of Pentacles energy, please. Why is the 6 of Pentacles there for Taurus this 2-week period? Okay, the 4 of Cups. Yeah, it's really about that I wasn't given what I wanted, or I didn't receive something because I was stuck in my feelings. Be careful of that, because there could be this person, like I said, I feel like this second Gemini energy, the blue Gemini energy, is a lot more sincere than that goldy, reddy, pinky one over there. And this person could actually be someone who can bring balance into the situation. But if you're just kind of going to be dwelling on what's happened in the past, you won't even see it coming. And that is the energy with that 2 of Swords, isn't it? All right, 5 of Pentacles, please. What's going on with the 5 of Pentacles energy for Taurus? Oops, thank you. Queen of Swords, more Libra energy here. There's something about trusting your judgment, being discerning, speaking the things that you know you need to speak with truth. But it looks like, I know it's rose petals, but it almost looks like it's blood on her lips, like she's a bit of a vampiress. So I don't know, but there's something here regarding this 5 of Pentacles and this Queen of Swords energy, whereby you need to hold counsel with yourself. This snake is clearly her familiar, and she uses it as a communication tool, right? So there's something here where you just have to speak to yourself and get through to your own personal psychology or your pathology, and tell yourself that you are the keeper of your limitations. If you free that door, you can get out of there. Oh, excuse me, Taurus. I actually have a timer going off right now. Oh my goodness, I can't even pause this video. Well, that sucks. I'll try and get through this as quickly as possible and go and turn that timer off. And then let's see why we have the 8 of Cups here, please. Completely forgot about that blooming timer. Okay, the 3 of Wands. So yeah, the decision has been made, whether it's by you or the other party involved in your reading, Taurus. They're coming towards you, or you're going to accept the offer when it comes. Now, the overall energy occupying this deck is the 8 of Cups. Can you see? Give me a moment, please, Taurus. I just want to go and turn that timer off because it's going to start to irritate me. And yes, I'm sorry, as the Taurian energy within me, I have no patience. Let me just turn this off. How blooming unprofessional, eh? Reading for my beautiful Taurians, and I'm letting a timer interrupt the reading. Jeez Louise. All right, let's see what this card was that didn't want to show itself to us. Oh no. So the Ace of Wands in reverse. That's a bit of a bummer. Maybe it's not time for you to outwardly pursue your passions. I'm not going to see that in a negative way. I'm seeing that as a way where you kind of need to deep dive into figuring out exactly what your passions are, where they lie, and how to pursue them. It's also about inspiring yourself. Sometimes you need to get fired up. So sometimes you need to turn that creative spark inward, or that emotional spark inward, or the pragmatist in you. You need to deep dive and then figure out exactly how this passion gets used, and if you've been misusing it and it's been spent on the sexual sense, maybe it's time to reevaluate and put that energy somewhere else. And maybe it's not the time for passionate pursuits at this moment, because it seems like the loving energy is the one that needs to be explored more. Now let's see what we have underneath this 8 of Cups. We have 10 of Wands, Hanged Man, so some stagnation. There's a 6 of Cups, so definitely some past energy. And then look who we have here in this deck as well. The same King of Wands, sorry, King of Swords, excuse me, the same King of Swords energy that was underneath the Lightseer's deck. You were definitely dealing with this energy. And again, this same energy here with the 8 of Pentacles. This person came along and distracted you. They really knew what to say to you. and then the Two of Wands, that same energy that we have underneath this new Gemini energy that's coming towards you. Or maybe you need to be the Gemini in the situation and be a little bit more, I don't want to say loose and carefree. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like there's a new person coming into the picture. Well, clearly it is. But this old person could be lingering because they know that they messed things up. Don't let this person come back. There is someone new coming towards you, Taurus, but maybe that's what the 6 months was about when they were saying to me that you're going to have that communication, because obviously we don't see huge amounts of communication in this reading. If anything, we kind of just see you protecting your energy, shoring up the battlements, and then figuring out where you go next, okay? Now, let's see with this Astro deck, which signs you could possibly be dealing with. If I don't see Gemini, I'll kind of be a bit surprised. But let's see. Who's Taurus possibly dealing with, please? Clear messages. Thank you. Midhaven, Pinnacle. Wow, isn't that a pretty card? Alright, so that's maybe some advice for you. Number 36 there. What else? Can you see anything else for Taurus, please? Thank you. Debilitated. Yeah, okay. Discomfort. It makes sense. That's how this person got to you. They really did just come in and destabilize your whole situation. You were working hard. You were focused on your own goals. And I don't know. Listen, if you're dealing with this person, get rid of them. If you're going to be dealing with someone like this, like there's a potential and you feel it, get rid of them. Cut this person off immediately. There is a new love coming, but I guess it's coming in the next 6 months, because that's when they said the communication's coming. Anything else for Taurus, please? Anything else for Taurus? Wow, that one flew out. Pallas Athena. And then we got the 12th house, introspection. Yeah, that's what I felt with that that Ace of Wands energy, about wanting to just put the passion back into yourself. I'm surprised Gemini didn't come out here. Then we have solar calm, clarify, opposition, confrontation. Yeah, it's very much feeling like that. And then we have Chiron, heal. Okay, the last card that we got is Sagittarius, and then after that there's retrograde, which is calling for you to review. So yeah, this really, it tracks really well with this reading, in my humble opinion. Whatever you've been dealing with and the person that you've been dealing with, they were a dick. I don't have a polite way of saying it, sorry. They were a complete dick, and you don't need this person's energy occupying your energy anymore, Taurus. If you see a person coming towards you, do not ignore the red flags. If this is the kind of energy that they're giving off. Hold on, I don't want to keep jerking around this camera. So what I'm going to do, put these here and put that one there. Yeah, so if you get this kind of energy from someone that you're speaking to who's new, cut them off immediately. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't have to feel bad about it. You need this energy away from you with the quickness. Now, you could be dealing with someone who's 30 or 36. Or you yourself could be that age. I'm not even going to look at the bloody 14. That's just ridiculous. So, debilitated, discomfort. I'm just going to read the small parts of this, the short parts. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Okay? So the challenge. Whether you're an artist among the engineers or a linebacker among the ballerinas, you may struggle to apply your talents in this situation. In these moments, it's easy to slip into self-pity and self-doubt. That's that 5 of Pentacle energy. Gift. You're being challenged to grow in ways you can't predict. You're being asked to diversify, stretch, and strengthen your weak muscles. Only you can decide if it's time to take that challenge, but this experience also encourages you to love yourself in the quiet moments and to appreciate what you bring to the table even when nobody else notices. And that's that Ace of Wands in reverse. Again, I did say to you, it felt like you have to turn your passions inward. Find out what you're passionate about and let it enliven you and reinvigorate you, so you know when you come out now, you come out fighting. Do you know what I mean? Because you have a direction and it's clear to you. Now, Pallas Athena, and don't worry, I'm going to go back and read the Midhaven one. Pallas Athena, challenge. Wherever you are on the gender spectrum, do not think you need to deny or disrespect the feminine, the anima, and the heart in yourself and others in order to access brilliant intelligence and competence. To access, how am I reading right now? Gift. Ask for help when you need it, and divine answers will reveal themselves. You can think through this situation with a combination of rigorous logic and a real curiosity about the truth, all connected to an open heart. And it did feel like that heart space was going to become open, because with that Three of Wands energy, there's a choice there. So it does feel like you're going to open up your heart, but don't be afraid to ask for that assistance. Sometimes, you know, we need to hold counsel with ourselves, and we more often than not need to hold counsel with the divine. Midhaven, Pinnacle. Okay, challenge. Traditions, other people's expectations, or your family history may be complementary to your idea of your own potential, or they may be hurdles to overcome as you find your true path. Gift. Underneath all worldly sense of ambition is a soul's longing to live out its potential. Listen to the call. I feel like you got the right cards for your situation right now, Taurus. So take that time. Again, establish your healthy boundaries. Do not debase yourself in order to have a very short-term and, quite frankly, meaningless connection with someone else. When you move forward with purpose. Yes, it hurts and you do feel like you've been frozen out as far as the love is concerned, but that's not the case. The universe is blocking whatever doesn't suit you, serve you, and isn't going to help you to excel in your life. Moving forward, we see that there won't be any deception. You'll be able to take that leap of faith, and you will take the experience that you've gained with you to make more savvy decisions coming up. Dive into yourself deeply and figure out where your passions lie, so you don't misplace or misspend your energy. And when you do decide to move forward, do so with clarity of vision and purpose, with that Queen of Swords energy. You can trust your own discernment and your own judgment, and doing so will allow you to decide exactly what love looks like to you, how you want to receive it, and how you want to give it. You want equality here. So with that Six of Pentacles energy, it's very important that you are getting reciprocity and you're not being breadcrumbed, and equally you are not deceiving another person with regards to what your expectations are. Don't be afraid to say, hey, look, I'm quite high maintenance. We're not talking about avarice in the financial sense and just being greedy for materialism. In terms of emotional support and well-being, I am a high maintenance person, so it's important that you realize that before we even get into anything. Okay, I hope this reading was beneficial to you, Taurus. Please like the video, consider subscribing to my channel, share, leave your comment, and like I said, I'll be back in about 2 weeks, so I will do sort of like the last 2 weeks of March reading for everyone. Have a fabulous time, look after yourselves, be safe, be well, and I will speak to you later. Bye bye.